The Protestant Reformation was undergirded by 5 guiding theological principles. They were Scripture alone, grace alone, faith alone, Christ alone, and God's glory alone. I'd like to take a few minutes just to talk to you about Scripture alone, or sola scriptura. It was an important principle for the Reformers to articulate because the Catholic Church said that equal authority could be invested in the words of the Pope, in the traditions of the Church, and also in the Scriptures. And what the Reformers wanted to make clear was that the Scriptures were always our primary source of authority, and that anything else, whether it was councils or creeds or what someone dreamed in a dream, or if someone said an angel had made a revelation to them, that all of these things would only be considered at best secondary sources of authority, always measured against what the Scriptures themselves had to say. The Reformers wanted people to understand that the Scriptures were sufficient for our salvation and that they were sufficient for the spiritual life. And so they had meaning in their immediate context 500 years ago, but they still hold meaning for us today because we acknowledge as Protestants that the canon is closed, that the Scriptures are complete, the revelation of God's character through the written word stands. So that if anyone comes to us and says, an angel told me this or an apostle told me this, we can know that the truthfulness of that message could only be measured against the Scripture itself. Sola Scriptura guarded against error 500 years ago, and it does so today as well. We owe the Reformers a great debt for putting into words and into practice this principle.